Hello Capricorn and welcome to your February 2021 astrology prediction. This month is very interesting because something quite rare is happening. We have 5 planets all in the same sign. Saturn and Jupiter, the Sun, Venus, and even Mercury, which is retrograde. All of them will be in Aquarius for the most part of the month, not all of it. And in your case, they will trigger second house, which means that this is definitely the most important life area of the month. Second house represents stability, the material results that we receive and achieve actually. Also, all kinds of resources, money, our own energy, our physical well-being. So those are really, really accentuated themes during the month. And with Mercury being retrograde until the 20th, you may notice that some things are not as smooth as you wish. You need to reevaluate, or you need to change something or fix or improve. So dig deeper, don't take impulsive decisions. Try not to start something brand new, at least until the 20th of the month in regards to this area. Be careful with your financial investments, with the way you manage your money. But keep in mind that also with so many planets, you see, this is like half of the planets, literally. 5 out of 10 planets all together in your second house. The new moon will be in your second house. Even though Mercury is retrograde, we can't say that you should remain passive and just wait for things to come and go. I'm a fan of the proactive approach, and I think that so many planets bringing their energy into this area can also help you to be more productive, to achieve more things. Will it be easy? Perhaps no. With Saturn there, with Mercury retrograde, we have a square between Saturn and Uranus during the month. So no promise and no guarantee. But at the same time, I think that the energy is so concentrated that you can achieve some important things in this area of your life. So let's get started with the aspects chronologically. On the very first day of February, Venus is moving to second house. This is a very positive position. Venus is at home in the second house, which is especially beneficial for financial matters, for receiving some kind of resources, also for experiencing more harmony when it comes to this area of your life. Venus can help you to feel comfortable. You may want to buy yourself something nice. Be careful with that. With Mercury retrograde, of course, we know that life can't stop when Mercury is retro. So, and we have to buy some stuff. Just make sure you're checking everything with sizes, with colors, all of that information, and just enjoy yourself. The other thing on the first is a square between the Sun and Mars, which triggers your second and your fifth house. This aspect can bring some kind of confrontations, some kind of arguments, some impulsive decisions related to expenses, money, investments, and also your personal life, the things that you really want to have. Maybe you really want to buy something expensive. Or also, this may trigger your romantic life, the communication with your kids. Try not to rush through things. Try to be as diplomatic as possible. Keep in mind there might be some kind of stress related to those areas. After that, on the 6th of February, Venus is joining Saturn in your second house, which is a complicated combination, let's say. From one side, emotionally, it can be difficult. You may feel maybe worried, maybe overwhelmed emotionally, but this is also a combination that can help you to be more pragmatic, more rational, more practical, to evaluate things properly, especially when it comes to money and resources. The other thing that Venus is doing is a square with Uranus, which can bring some kind of surprises, something you are not expecting, something that may even be kind of a shock. This may be related again to some financial matters, some expenses, but also your personal life, relationships. It could be about some unexpected news, maybe a sudden, unexpected meeting with someone. And when it comes to love and relationship with children, there might be also some kind of stress. So you need to be very balanced here without sticking too much to this rigid Saturn approach and kind of like trying to avoid all changes, and yet to not go in the opposite direction, to be kind of reckless and extremely impulsive. And this will be a theme that's very important basically for the whole month, but around the middle of the month, you see we have this conjunction between Saturn and Uranus, and the theme will be even more accentuated. All right, after that, on the 8th of February, Mercury retrograde is joining the Sun in your second house. There is exact conjunction at this point, which can help you to self-analyze yourself better in terms of your financial management skills. How do you organize your expenses? How can you be more productive in terms of the results that you get? All of that you can understand better by asking yourself, by looking at yourself, by doing some proper self-analysis, proper objective. And here the sign of Aquarius is helpful for that. This is an air sign, which is a mental sign. So self-evaluation in terms of your ideas and your attitude towards those practical matters. Again, lots of concentration on the area of money and resources. After that, on the 11th of February, a very beneficial connection between the two most beneficial planets in astrology, Jupiter and Venus. This aspect can bring you some rewards, some financial benefits, some concrete achievements, something that's making you feel both prosperous, successful, and happy with that. So again, concentrate on this area: money management, financial decisions, investments, and also balancing your own energy. The other interesting moment here is that there's also a new moon that happens on the same day, triggering the very same sign. And this is just like extremely strong energy. You see, at this point, we will have not 5, but 6 planets in Aquarius. Jupiter, Saturn, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and also the Moon. So what a combination. I mean, that's extremely rare. So it's like a fresh new source of energy that may help you to be more practical, more grounded, to achieve some concrete stuff in your life. And we need to consider that Mercury is still retrograde. So don't rush into something that's kind of like brand new, but at the same time, keep your enthusiasm and focus it in a new direction, because that's like a new chapter that's opening for you. On the 13th of February, Mercury retrograde is joining Venus. Not surprisingly, again, second house is triggered. And the main theme is again about self-analysis, but this time you should focus more on your emotions and your desires. Look closer into yourself and ask yourself, are you focusing on the things that you love, the things that bring you joy when it comes to earning money, when it comes to the practical matters in your life, the results that you are pursuing. Are you committed to some kind of agenda that's maybe no longer bringing you happiness? Look closer and you will find the answers. Also, some financial decisions might be made or reevaluated. And overall, or this may also be about some financial negotiations or renegotiations. So pretty interesting combination. And the other thing on the same day is a positive connection between Mars and Neptune, which can help you to be more inspired into doing something creative. This may also be some kind of intellectual task that's at the same time creative. Some positive communication with friends, with your romantic partner. Also great time for meeting someone or even for going on a date. And speaking of dates, we get to Valentine's Day, the day that many people are excited about. Mercury retrograde will join Jupiter at this time. So again, self-analysis, self-reflection, but the focus this time is on your beliefs, on your goals, and also your strategy. And all of that in regards to finances, money, the material results that you are pursuing, and of course also your health and your energy. Do you maybe have some kind of limiting beliefs, some kind of negative beliefs that are stopping you from getting where you want to go? The answers are within you. And with Mercury retrograde here, you can find them internally. So dig deeper, open your mind to listen, to hear the truth, and don't be afraid to reassess the situation, to maybe change something about your strategy or goals, and just redefine them from a very different perspective. So actually the aspect might be quite productive. In terms of communication, you may also communicate with someone who can help you, support you, maybe give you valuable advice. And you may already know this person. This might be like a second or a third conversation you are having. Focus on those questions that we mentioned. And again, money, resources, energy, all of those good stuff. On the 17th of February, one of the key events during the whole year, Saturn squares Uranus. And yeah, it may sound scary, but I'm an optimist. Even though I'm a Capricorn, I'm an optimistic Capricorn. And I know that the toughest aspects are the ones that allow us to make the most important, significant, and meaningful changes. And truth must be told that this may bring us some kind of discomfort, something unexpected in regards to those financial decisions or the expenses that we are doing. We may feel pulled in different directions. Do we use this conservative approach? Do we take the risk? How do we do that? We are in the middle of this. Usually the right answer is somewhere in the middle. So be prepared for some surprises, especially in this area of the practical financial resources related stuff. But also don't be afraid to look at things from a different perspective, maybe to change something, to innovate, to take some reasonable risk as well. So definitely a major theme, which by the way, will repeat later on during the year. So it's not the only time that we have the opportunity to make those changes, but this is like the first wave. Then around the summer, we have the second and later on the third one. So yeah, time is in front of us. Okay, on the 18th of February, the sun is moving to third house, which brings the focus more to the area of communication, social connections, friendships, intellectual work, the desire maybe to learn something, to gain some new expertise, to maybe improve our skills in a very concrete and practical way. Overall, it's a nice position, bringing some kind of variety, maybe more flexibility in terms of decision making, in terms of focus. Intellectually, you might be even more productive, which is nice, of course. On the 19th, yeah, back to the sun. I'm always forgetting this. To mention that this ingression of the sun will affect you until the end of the month. So it's not only on the 18th, but actually after that, it's still relevant. All right, on the 19th, Venus in second, squaring Mars in fifth, bringing some kind of emotional stress or surprises or maybe impulsive decisions related to financial matters, to investments, to expenses. And the problem with this aspect is that together with this one, we also have Mercury stationary because Mercury is turning direct on the next day, which can totally complicate the picture in terms of communication, misleading information, misinterpretations, which can, provoke us emotionally. We may respond, more impulsively. We may hurt other people. So it's a really, really complicated situation, which is why I would advise you to avoid any possible arguments. And if you really need to, discuss and you see that there might be a potential conflict, make sure to clarify everything in terms of the information, in terms of what the other person really means, because the miscommunication might be the basis for those possible conflicts or, emotional discomfort. So relax, don't push things too much, and yeah, just let your mind relax as well. At this point, it may feel a little overwhelming with Mercury stationary, which gets us to the next day when actually Mercury is turning direct. Overall, this is good news in terms of the future tendencies, making things kind of clearer, maybe simpler in terms of the financial situation, the clarity that we may have. Maybe we already have this new perspective. We have made those self-analysis. And after the 20th, we have the green light to start new projects, initiate new things, maybe take also some reasonable financial risks, make the important significant purchases, and all of the other stuff. So after the 20th, things are about to go back to normal. After that, on the 24th, we have one of the most empowering aspect combinations, Mars and Pluto. The two planets of willpower are connecting in a strong and positive way, which can support us in terms of, by us, I mean the Capricorn people, in terms of everything that we do personally, all kinds of personal projects. You may have more impact. You may feel more passionate, more inspired, more dedicated and focused and committed and confident. And honestly, I get excited only by describing and explaining it. You may be very productive. You may take some appropriate risks, and that boosts your productivity, the results that you can achieve. But also, this might be very helpful when it comes to your personal life, romantic stuff, feeling passionate about relationship with another person, feeling and being more creative. Those are also some of the positive options. So really, really nice aspect. Later on, during on the 25th, Venus will move to third house, and this is very harmonizing for our communication, for our connections with other people, with people that we need to negotiate with. It's a very nice position also if you want to learn something and do it with some joy during the process. And yeah, overall finding some diplomatic, harmonious solutions. The other aspect on the 25th is a positive one between the Sun in third and Uranus in fifth house, which can help you to be very creative. Some ideas may pop into your mind. They might be very creative and innovative and different and exciting. And also in terms of creative projects, you might be extra productive. So exciting, harmonious, supportive energies. And finally, on the 27th, we end the month with a full moon, which triggers your ninth and third house. Time to let the unnecessary stuff out of your life, maybe change something about your goals, about your vision, about the future, and also materialize, manifest some of your major big ideas. So again, time for manifestation and time for kind of like clearing the space around you. And with that, my friends, we covered February, the most important astrology events. Thank you so much for joining me. If you need some personal assistance, you can check the links below for the readings I offer, or go directly to marstars.net. Thank you so much for joining me, dear fellow Capricorns, and I will see you very soon. Take care.